Let's talk a little bit about milkweed. Milkweed is the perfect flower in your garden. Comes in a variety of colors, but I think the most beneficial thing is it's a great for your pollinators and it's perfect for monarch butterflies. It actually is the host plant for monarch butterflies. This is a monarch caterpillar. So, I want to show you how to harvest your seeds so that you will have plenty of milkweed next year. This is the pod that the milkweed seed makes. It does it after it's bloomed. Every bloom turns into one of these pods. So if you don't want milkweed all over your garden, then probably what you need to do is cut these pods off before they dry and produce the seed. This seed has a fiber on it, and in the sun it starts to dry and it floats everywhere, which later will produce milkweed everywhere in your garden. So I want to show you a little bit about harvesting it. The little fibers that are on these seeds are much like a dandelion. So they just are carried away in the wind. So sometimes you wonder why you have milkweed in all different places. It's because it's carried everywhere. I've got a plastic container with a lid, one that I can see in that's clear, and I'm going to take all of those seeds and dump them into this plastic container. I'm just going to gently pull them off of the plant and stick them in the container. This particular bloom, some had already flew away, and so what I'm going to do is pull those off of the plant next to it too, because I can see them just sitting there. And I'm going to put all of those seeds and all of that fiber into this cup. And I'm going to continue to harvest all around the yard. You can harvest in the morning, and then you can come back in the afternoon and you'll even have more. So if they're not quite dry, you want to let them dry a little bit. When it's dry, the process is a tiny bit easier. But I'm just going to fill my container up. And after I've filled my container up, I'm going to put my lid on it. But I want you to see first, look how these things just fly everywhere. That's how it carries the seed everywhere. So I'm going to shake it. I put my lid on and I'm going to shake. And what I'm doing is I'm getting that seed to separate from that piece of fiber. You don't need to keep that fiber. You only need the seeds. So if you shake, the weight of that seed will pull away from that fiber. I just continue to do that until I've got them mostly all separated. And then after they're separated, you can see here, you've got them piled up in the bottom. And after they're separated, I'm going to open that container and I'm going to pull some of that fiber out. Actually, I'm going to separate all that fiber from the seeds. So you can see here I'm pulling that fiber out. It's so much like cotton, so much like a dandelion. And again, that's what carries the seed everywhere. I'm going to blow a little bit into the container, just real lightly. Because the seeds are heavier, they're going to stay in the bottom of the container, and that fiber is just going to fly away. You'll do this a couple of times. You'll take and blow, let them come out. Every now and then, they don't separate, and so what you'll need to do is just take and pull them off. Make sure it's a healthy seed. It needs to be a plump. Like this one here is not. It's not anything that's going to produce anything, so I'm just going to toss it. So get rid of all of those fibers. Shake a tiny bit more to make sure that you get all of the fiber off. This is great because what you can do with these seeds is you can give them to your friends, or what you can do is you can sow them back into the ground. A lot of people ask, when do I sow my milkweed seeds? Well, they're throwing seeds right now that will produce milkweed next year. So if you want to sow them now and sow a few in the spring, that will be perfect. Getting rid of the rest of the fiber here. And you're going to see in just a second that all I have left are seeds. You definitely want to do this outside because those fibers will fill your house. So now I have a nice little amount of seeds. Seeds I can share with my friends, seeds that I can plant. So from all of these pods, you will get seeds. And I always keep my seeds separated by color. This was the yellow that I harvested today. But I love this orange with this little bit of red on the bottom. And the thing that's the best about it is that it attracts monarch butterflies. So if you'd like milkweed in your garden, be sure to harvest your seeds, share them with a friend, and you'll be sure to have monarchs next year.